Welcome back to my garden. My name is Rodden, garden in Zone 6 in Northwest Connecticut. This week I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I wanted to take a look back on where I started and where I am now. We're cutting things back. It's that time of year. So let's take a slow walk around the garden and check out what's happening before the winter starts. So this is basically what the garden looks like now. I've been here 9 years. There was absolutely nothing here when we first got here. And this is basically what I started with. So it's a pretty big change in 9 years, but things are always evolving and changing. So we're already cutting back perennials. We're pulling our annuals. We're starting to dig up the dahlias as time allows. Planting bulbs are already done. Start thinking about, if you haven't already, winter interest, plan for next year. And I'm already planning for 2026, things I want to change, what's worked and what hasn't worked. Let's take a slow walk around the garden. It's a beautiful morning. It's a little windy, so I'm voicing over this. Please subscribe, hit that like button if you want more content from me. I really appreciate it. It really does help. So you can see there's still a lot of leaves on the trees, but a lot are down. We've had a very dry fall. We really have had no rain for the most part since the beginning of August. The hydrangeas are actually doing really pretty well. I still have grasses up, but I have started to cut a lot of things back, just trying to get ahead of things. We've had a couple of freezes here already. The oak leaf hydrangeas look beautiful for sure. This is the time of year that you can really appreciate the fact that we have a lot of evergreens for winter interest. Something you want to think about now for next year if you haven't already planned for that. Whether it's, shrubs or evergreens, things that, have interest in different seasons. So, I still have my morning light grass is still up. I haven't cut that back. Some of the grasses get too heavy with snow load. You can see here, the Coosa dogwood, just absolutely beautiful with the morning sun shining through it. And, the berries are starting to pretty much falling down. The viburnum hedge of Mary Easy, absolutely still beautiful. Definitely losing its leaves. It's losing its vigor a little bit because it's been very dry. The pinky winky hydrangeas are doing well right here. And my garden seems to be transitioning a little bit to a little bit more shade in places. So I have to take that into consideration. This is pinky winky. Two really nice big ones. And then I have a beautiful 7-sun tree, heptacodium right here. After the white flowers fade, you get the beautiful, beautiful red bracts that had held the flowers, which is really nice. I still have a few dahlias that are up. I haven't pulled all of them. I've started to pull a few. But like I said, we have had 2 freezes already. So the dahlias are done. I'm just leaving them in the ground for a little longer. This is my view as I, walk around the garden every day. And I love to share that with people. So I just wanted to, without any other annoyances, because somebody's chopping down a tree right now, I wanted to take advantage of, just showing you what's going on. So we have some burning bushes in the area around our property. We don't plant any more of those because they have, I believe, become invasive in Connecticut. I've pulled all my vegetables, my tomatoes. I didn't get any blackberries. I got 1 or 2 strawberries. The hostas are all cut down. So think about things that need to be cut down now. Things like hostas that just gets slimy. You do want to cut your bearded irises back so you don't have to worry about iris borers. Daylilies, those all get cut back. Most of my grasses are going to get cut back. And a lot of perennials. The good thing about perennials is they really don't need a lot of attention during the season. And, that works for me, which is why I do more perennials and shrubs than I ever do annuals. I don't do a ton of annuals, lots of big drifts. I do bulbs, and this year I've actually left my tulips in the ground to see if any of them will come back. Now I do have alliums, and I did already plant a couple hundred alliums. And those stay for me, as do daffodils. And I have a lot of those. And that's what I've been adding more and more of, because I have a lot of trouble with voles. If you follow me, you know that. Isn't that Stewartia pretty right there? So I have, like I said, a lot of maples surrounding my property. And I don't know why I always start in the backyard and not in the front yard. But it's just really a magical time of year to get out there, take a hike, take a walk, stop and appreciate what you've created. Here are some of the, evergreens. I've planted a lot more small evergreens in the last few years, just so I have more and more or less work to do. Here's a bobo hydrangea right there looking really pretty. My hawthorn trees are covered in berries, and we'll see that a little closer up. In the distance there, you can see my big river birches, and they dropped a lot of leaves earlier in the season because we had so little rain. And there's the bobo again. So let's head into the front yard here. You can see some of the beautiful maples in the background there. Things are starting to turn all over the yard. The crabapple is, turning a really pretty yellow. I still have some dahlias. That's Marn. And my God, that has absolutely just gone crazy this year. My pink flare cherry is definitely starting to lose its leaves, but really pretty color. It's doing really well. This is only its second year. The winter berries, full of beautiful red berries. I'll get you some more close-ups later on. I have red sprite, and then the male I have is Jim Dandy, which is not doing too well, and I've replaced it now 3 times. I don't know what the problem is. Obviously, it doesn't like the spot it's in. The Tough Stuff hydrangeas are all turning beautiful colors. They're my large heritage river birches. I love them. Like I said, though, they lost a lot of leaves. Here's another close-up of the red sprite. Really covered. Now, remember, you need a male and a female to get berries. I have quickfire hydrangeas that are turning color. Things are suffering because we have not had enough water, I will say. We've closed up our fountains. There's a beautiful companion fountain. My 9-barks still look really good, actually. I have a problem with nematodes, and I've had to pull out my smoke bushes and one of my peonies. I did send a sample out to Yukon, and that's the decision that it's nematodes. I'm not sure exactly. I have pulled one of the peonies and then replaced it with some evergreens, which are not susceptible. Originally, I thought it was verticillium wilt, but it turns out that it's not. I have lots of heirloom mums and garden mums around that are all blooming, which is really nice, late season color. Again, more small evergreens that I'll try and keep compact around the yard. Bulbs, like I said, are already in. I'm not sure how many of these really pretty blue sky days we're going to have left. My weeping spruce there has put on a ton of growth since I put that in. The cletheras are all turning color. I have a brandywine viburnum right here. The berries are already the nice dark blue. They start out, pink and blue, and of course the birds will eat them. And then my hawthorns are full of berries, and the robins have been all over those. So at least I'm keeping all the pollinators happy. I still have tons of bee activity. Unfortunately, I am also still seeing yellow jackets, but I did have the nest taken care of. So here's just, another pathway that I go down. Here, The Amsonia string theory is starting to turn color. It's beautiful, absolutely gorgeous color. The yellow against the red of the Coosa dogwood. The dark pink on the firelight hydrangeas. The chemisiporus there, and there's my stewardia. It's just absolutely beautiful. It's just a great time of year. Please get out, enjoy it, make some plans for next year. Like I said, I got all my bulbs planted, throwing in a little bulb tone, a few small stones to try and deter, pests. I don't know if that works. I don't think it works. They definitely seem to, crocuses, forget it. Those don't work in my yard. But the daffodils and the alliums do seem to make it through. And for the most part, so do the tulips. Forget about some of the small things. I also have had good luck with leucogyms, galanthus. So a few things work, but a lot of other things don't. I thought I'd throw in this reminder of how I pack my dahlias, burlap in a crate sack, any kind of collapsible sack. And then I fill it with some vermiculite on the bottom, and then I layer in the dahlias, not touching each other, and then cover them and try and keep them in a cool place. For me, that's usually the garage. Also, don't forget, in our Amazon store, I have linked the plant marker tags that we use, these metal tags. I use a laminated label from P-Touch that I use, and they go right in the ground. They go year after year. I did a quick story on them. I have had them for years, and I say thank you very much to a daylily friend. I went to his garden and I was like, oh my God, how do you get labels that don't wear off? Because as good as that garden marker is, it doesn't last from year to year to year to year. And, I hear people say that they don't want plant tags all over. But I have different events held in my garden, and I can't be with every single person every single time somebody's like, what is that plant? This way they know. I try to push them down into the ground as much as possible, before the frost. But this way things are easily identifiable. Also, if I say to my husband, go over to that agastache, he'll be like, what the heck is an agastache? So it's helpful as far as, sending my husband out to do tasks. So, and again, those are in our linked in our Amazon store below. And we do get a small commission from that. So I hope you'll go check them out and try them out. I love them. So I thought I would leave you with some scenes from around the garden, and just a reminder that there are many videos on my channel of how to plan for winter interest, gifts for gardeners, what to cut, what not to cut, how to plant dahlias, how to plant bulbs. So please take some time. If there's a subject you're looking for, I may not have done something about it this year, but for sure I probably have done it in the past couple years. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and thank you for watching, and enjoy these scenes of fall.